What's up, everybody? It's Steve, and today I'm not wearing my blue beanie that made me look like Papa Smurf for the last couple days, although it is cold indoors. It's much colder indoors than it has been outdoors. Today was a gorgeous day in the sun. Took advantage of it, spent 3 hours, sunbathing, not sunbathing, lying in the grass, but just walking around, exercising, walking a dog. It was not an eventful night in my immediate area last night. There was an air raid siren at about 11 o'clock owing to an Iranian attack on Jerusalem. And this is seems to be more and more of a target, Jerusalem. It's been targeted a few times over the last couple of days, to my shock, because the Iranians are using very inaccurate liquid-fueled ballistic missiles. The liquid-fueled ballistic missiles are far less accurate than the solid-fuel ballistic missiles. And as I said in yesterday's video, Iran's capabilities have been diminished greatly since the war last June, but they're still able to be a nuisance, and sometimes that nuisance is fatal, because yesterday they killed in the town of Beit Shemesh, I think something like 8 or 9 people. There were several wounded in that attack that happened at 11 o'clock last night nearby in Jerusalem. I'm just outside the city, let's say about 15 minutes outside of Jerusalem. I have some incredible footage that I want to show you of that attack last night, taken by some irresponsible people from a rooftop. They should have been in their bomb shelters, but instead they wanted to get thumbs ups and probably subscribers to TikTok. Something my brother would counsel me that I should be more apt at doing, trying to get subscribers, but my brother would never suggest that I do that at the risk to my own life. So check out this video. So, despite Israel having a phenomenal interceptor system, as you know, it's got a 3-tier dome system, the Iron Dome, David Sling, the Arrow 3, and now used for the very first time last night, the Iron Beam, which played the central role in shooting down Hezbollah rockets last night after Hezbollah decided to enter into the fray. How stupid on their part. They're no match for Israel, since Israel decapitated them by killing Nasrallah last year. And that pager attack, they're crazy for getting involved. They just have no chance at inflicting much harm here. And now Israel has an excuse to go after them. And masses of people, probably hundreds of thousands, are now fleeing southern Lebanon because of the coming Israeli settling of accounts with Hezbollah. Also today, Israel managed to kill, I'm just shocked that on day 3 of the war, again, it's no longer being telegraphed, it's actually happening, and yet there are senior Iranian officials still being killed. Today, Israel succeeded to kill several of their most senior intelligence officials. I want to show you some footage of the sights and sounds from Tehran just an hour or so ago. Check that out.
موشک از اینجا میاد، از سمت چپ بیاد. اومد. از اینجا میاد، از اینجا.
Lastly, in this very short update, I'll just mention that the salvos of Iranian missiles being shot at Israel are much less frequent in the last 24 hours. There's been a noticeable shift in the decrease. The first day or so of the war, let's say the first day and a half, every single like half hour, trips to the bomb shelter. Yesterday in the afternoon, hours went by, something like 8 hours at some point between sirens. I was able to go out and go get a hamburger and, do all sorts of things without any sirens going off until last night. So let's say between 3 in the afternoon and 11 o'clock last night, no action. Today, there were a couple salvos. I was out walking the dog that I'm presently with, and I happened to be nearby a bomb shelter conveniently, so I was able to get in there. A pretty nice bomb shelter with a television, and evidently a music band practices down there. They had all their instruments set up, and of course I met new nice people. I'm meeting nice people every day throughout this war. It's one of the beautiful things about this war is to see how people are brought together in cause. Folks, the Israelis are a resilient people. Our spirits are very high. Excuse me. Our spirits are very high, and it brings out the best in the Israelis' war. I'm sorry to say that it's not always the case in peace. Like in most countries, Israel has its polarized society, in politics, as it relates to society, different divisions. But in war, I don't think there's any other country that rises to the occasion as this one does. Anyway, folks, it's a short update. Thank you for spending a brief moment with me. This is Steve, the tour guide, although the last couple of days, more like Papa Smurf, signing off. Some of you, by popular request, have asked me to sing Ding Dong, the Wicked Witch is Dead, as a bravo, sort of like I did yesterday, but I'm not going to do it. It's something I plan to rarely do, to sing on YouTube. It's not my forte. Maybe I'll do it another time. Anyway, I did get great sleep last night. I was able to sleep at least 8 hours straight. That's why I'm so filled with energy today as opposed to yesterday. Thanks for spending your time with Steve the Tour Guide. If you want to treat Steve the Tour Guide to a wartime cup of coffee at Israel's national chain of coffee, the Aroma Coffee Chain, well, be my guest, folks, or at least make me your guest if you want. You can do so by donating to my Ko-fi page, which I link to the end of each video in the extended description of the video. This is Steve the Tour Guide wishing you a phenomenal day of peace and security where you are. Victory to the very end, folks. Victory. Fight. We must, as America and Israel, fight this war to a successful conclusion. And we must show perseverance and tenacity. Even I realize I've been told this isn't the most popular war back home. Of course, you have major YouTube influencers like Tucker Carlson, speaking out against it. But Donald Trump did the right thing. That's an exercise, folks, a study in true leadership. True leadership is not about being swayed by popular opinion. It's about being decisive and doing the right thing when sometimes it's not popular. That's what separates the wheat from the chaff, the leaders from the flock. This is Steve the Tour Guide signing off. Bye-bye.